Congratulations, Mr. Brickner. It is my strong hope that you make good with the rest of your life on the outside.
How's it been going?
Well, I got a job.
Good.
Toast to John Brickner and his size 13 fists. Woo! 100,000. It's good. It's not good enough.
It's a long line of people you owe money to. You know, it's to the death, right?
Anything else I should know?
I spent the last few weeks beating other men into submission for money.
Good.
Hey.
Let's get it on.
The piss clean. Good. Now get out of here.
Welcome to They Call This a Movie, testing the strength of friendships one terrible movie at a time. Subscribe to the podcast on iTunes and on podcast services by searching They Call This a Movie, and find us on Blue Sky, Threads, and Instagram at TicTamPod. That's TCTAM Pod. Welcome back to They Call This a Movie. This is Anthony Del Vecchio. With me as always is Dan Aquino and Mark Myers. Say hello, gentlemen.
Hello, friends.
Hello, everyone. So not to timestamp this too much, but I
love when this bit starts with that.
I always
That's
say that
immediately what's going to happen.
Yeah, I always say that because I have Ant in the back of my head being like, try not to timestamp these, please. Anyway, so I went to the All-Star Fan Fest this weekend. And the funny thing about it, because I've been to, I went to the WWE thing when it was here in the same location and all that, is that I feel like they don't really know what to do outside of just they put up all the games and stuff, but then they made them, you had to register like days before to do them for free. And then so when you get in there, it's just like walking around looking at the stuff and then kind of leaving. Like it ended up being, just that. And I don't know if that was the same. I don't know if you guys have ever been to a fan fest before, but I feel like it is supposed to be like things you can do there and not just walk around. I don't know. It was just a weird experience because we were trying to entertain youngest niece who's not really into the history of baseball while she was there, and we couldn't play any of the games to entertain her. And a lot of the photo stuff was, way too long of lines, and yeah, it just felt different than when I went when it was here in '96, because back then they were still doing kind of like with Comic-Con, they would have like an entire section that was just people with like baseball cards, like selling baseball cards or, showing off cool ones. They didn't have that this year. It was a lot of open, empty spaces. So, yeah, it's just walking around. It was a little disappointing in terms of activities to do. And everything costs a fortune to buy inside there in terms of food. The least expensive thing on the menu was a $4 Federal donut that I could have gotten, a singular donut. Everything else was over $10.
Are you just saying and downplaying it because you forgot to invite us?
No, not at all.
Okay.
My favorite thing that I got out of this recent All-Star experience was the fascination of everyone being introduced to Philly sports.
Yeah.
They booed everyone but their players. Yeah, man. Welcome to Philly. How is this news to anybody? Well, in the All-Star game, they're usually pretty lenient on it. No. Maybe in these other pansy cities where everyone is happy, it's not Philly.
Yeah. And one of my favorite lines from the Home Run Derby, somebody said, that was the best Home Run Derby finale of all time, because the Home Run Derby needed a villain, and that villain was the city of Philadelphia.
Yes. And they happily play it.
Yeah. Like we've never seen anything like that in terms of, a guy, they booed the Cardinals guy the entire time he was up at bat.
Sure.
Was that and it was just it was just
Who
I
won
was
it?
like,
Not James Woods, right?
Jordan Walker.
Walker.
Jordan
Yeah.
Walker.
And
thank
he
you.
100% deserved it, even as a Philly fan with Schwarber in there. The guy hit 5 home runs on his last swing in a row to
Pretty
win.
good.
So, it's not like he, won because Schwarber didn't do well. The guy, he deserved it. And it looked like he was enjoying the booze. But yeah, but it seemed like it was fun because it seemed like the crowd was a little more into it than normal. Maybe that'll inspire more crowds to be a little more involved in the All-Star game, to maybe get a little excitement back. Yeah.
Mark, did you feel like you went to like that Willy Wonka experience for the Fan Fest? Remember that Willy Wonka thing that happened I think it was like in London, where people got duped into like going to this event, and it was like someone in really bad Oompa Loompa makeup
I will
was just
say,
standing at a table.
the thing they did really, I exactly.
You guys
know
not
what you're
remember
talking
this?
I have
I know
no
what you're talking about,
recollection of
100%.
this.
I think the
I thought you were
equivalent to that.
talking about. I thought you were talking about the new like reality
No.
show that they're doing.
No, I've seen the Oompa Loompa photo. I know exactly what Ant's talking about.
I
But
have no clue.
my allegory to that, because it is apt, is that they did a very poor job of explaining like what you could do inside the thing. Like maybe it was buried on an online page or something. And hey, you got to go to this site to register if you want to do the batting cages. The only pitching thing we found was like back in the corner, and it was that's why nobody was really going to it, and they didn't register. So we did the throwing the pitch there, which had one of the funniest moments. So the one we were in line for had a malfunction where it would just randomly pop up 34 miles an hour, whether you threw a ball or not. It would just come up on the screen. So there was this guy, and just for the record, before you think I'm pumping myself up, I only threw 46 miles an hour, so I will admit that on TV, on podcast.
TV.
On TV.
Well, I do
and on
have my
TV.
camera on. I have my camera on.
So this guy gets up there and he does a full like from the stretch, or not from the windup, full thing over his head. Turns around, he fires it, and it goes 34. And me and my niece and his 3 friends just lose it and just start heckling him about it. And he's like, "But he's getting all flustered about it." And then he watches his friend go up and it does the same thing on one of the balls. But it was pretty. That was the only really good time. I mean, I took a couple photos as popped up on Facebook and stuff, but I took a lot of photos and didn't really put them up on Instagram because there wasn't, outside of the random out of nowhere Ken Griffey Jr. showing. But there wasn't. It was like a bunch of stuff.
Is it out of nowhere for a?
No, we didn't know. No,
All-Star
what I mean by out of
experience?
nowhere was we were just to get the story, because I didn't even tell you guys that. So we're standing in line for this stupid Budweiser thing where you spin a wheel and they give you a free thing, like either a koozie or a towel or a T-shirt or something. Like so we're standing in line, and all of a sudden as we're standing there, we start hearing murmuring, and we look over, and then Ken Griffey Jr. is just standing there, and here there was this long line waiting there, and we couldn't figure out why. And then he walked out and we figured out why, but we didn't see any advertising for it. So it just felt like kind of random for us.
Gotcha.
But that was I think the main thing was it felt empty. Everything was like off to the sides, and there wasn't much in the middle.
Sure.
There was enough space in the middle of the thing that they were able to put like a small replica field for the kids to play wiffle ball in. Like that had that was probably like 100-foot fence, and all that, just in the middle of the auditorium. There wasn't a lot of booths. Like when I went, I did a like play-by-play thing. You go up and they show you a video and you do your own play-by-play to a moment in baseball. None of that was there.
What was your moment? What was the moment?
This is gonna be so random. And
as random as Ken Griffey Jr. showing up to a fan event?
No. more no, actually more random than that. I said that backwards. So I picked the Braves scoring the winning run against the Pirates in the 1992 NLCS.
Was this back in 96?
92.
No, when you did this. Or did you do this?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, it was Bond's last game as a Pirate and all that.
That is random.
Yeah.
I thought they gave
I don't know why I chose it.
You were stuck with it.
To be honest, I don't know why I chose. I think because a couple of the other options were like I didn't want to do the 80 Phillies, and they had the Joe Carter home run on there, and obviously I was not doing that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was also 11, so
Right.
it was like, oh, this seems like a cool game-winning play to do.
Mhm.
But yeah, they didn't have stuff like that there. And yeah, the draft was down the street, which was I walked into the draft by mistake. They kicked me out. I started walking in. The girl was like, "Are you here to see the draft?" I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Get out."
Just said yes.
If
No, they
someone
had the
asks
thing
you
to
if you're
scan.
there to see a draft, you say
I should-
yes.
You should
I
have
didn't
said
have
they just called my name.
I didn't have a clipboard in my hand or a suit on.
They just called my name.
I gotta go.
I'm missing
Sorry.
my moment.
Missing my moment. Yeah, but that was just the one thing. It just felt like, thankfully my sister got the tickets because my niece's connection to the Philadelphia, Urban Youth Academy for softball. So they got a day in there. So I don't know. I don't know if it would have been worth even the $35-$40, to be honest, because you weren't able to do anything, once you got inside, outside of just walking around looking at the museums, which I'm assuming would be kind of cheaper in Cooperstown, than what they cost to be in that fan fest. But yeah, that was my weekend. Randomly got invited to that as I was sitting in the barber chair getting my hair cut and getting annoyed that my sister kept texting me and I couldn't check it.
You don't get them all cut, Mark. You don't get all
Classic.
your hair cut. You
Just got the one. Just
Yeah.
got the one cut.
This one, go in there.
I hadn't
Joke.
spoken in a while. I hadn't spoken in a while, so I felt like I needed to say something.
I was gonna say Mark was just trying to brag that he got a haircut recently.
Yeah.
Must be
and
nice.
Well, I should be going into your direction soon, Dan. Anyway.
Mark, can I tell you something in all honesty?
Yeah.
Do it. It's so freeing. It is so freeing, Mark. Just
Yeah.
let it go.
Yeah. I said to my sister, I'm like, I'm fine with a little bit of receding hairline or sort of like what I had now. I said, but once it starts looking like just a toilet seat thing, it's just gonna go.
Yeah. It's so much easier. That's the day I shaved my head is the day I started to truly.
Okay.
I was free of big hair.
From big hair.
I was
From big
free
shampoo?
from big hair. Yeah. I finally unshackled myself. And now Anthony, look at Anthony. He still has to go get his hair cut.
I
He has
know. I'm
he has to
overdue
take
for
care
one
of it.
too.
Yeah.
He's a sucker.
Yeah. The only reason I go to the haircut place now is because they trim my beard too, and I'm just too lazy to clean up beard trimmings. That I'm just like,
Gotcha.
oh yeah, it's time for a beard trimming. I'll go get my hair cut.
Mark likes to get the hot towel.
Oh yeah. They asked me if I wanted a cool towel this time, and I was like, no, hot towel.
It is a recession. They're trying to save. They're trying to save money.
As I adjusted my monocle, it's like hot towel.
The barber's family can't eat tonight because Mark needed a hot towel.
Should have known
All
better
right.
before you got into this business.
All right. Well, I'm glad you had an experience that seems like you could have done without. I guess I don't know, but
Yeah, it was just weird, and it wasn't. And I know we said the joke during that I was trying to just make you guys not be as upset for not asking you, but it was really really weird, especially compared to when I was there for the WWE thing 2 years ago, or 3
Sure.
years ago. I guess
if it makes you feel any better, it doesn't make me feel any better. So
Okay,
yeah. So
mission accomplished then.
anyway, this week we watched a movie, but before we talk about the movie that we watched this week, we're going to talk about our Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/TCTAMPod, that's TCTAMPod, you get exclusive access to an exclusive episode every month. Last month we did a Big Trouble in Little China retrospective for its 40th anniversary, and this month we're going to do something different. I don't think we've decided that what we're doing. Maybe we did. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to have one. And it also comes with exclusive access to our Discord, which that's where it's all going down, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking movies, we're talking TV, we're talking video games, we're putting up polls. I saw Mark in there putting up a poll about
Put up a
video
poll.
games. put up a poll, ladies and gentlemen, and he will not check the results of it until 2 weeks from now.
No, I got to check it before Sunday. But yeah,
We'll let him know what the result is. But anyway, Discord, it's a lot of fun. We're talking movies. We're influencing people to watch movies, books, all that kind of stuff. They're helping us decide our movie of the month with polls. Yeah, it's fun over there. Once again, that's our Discord, but the only way to get on our Discord is to go to patreon.com/TickTampot and subscribe for just a single $1. Can't even buy coffee for $1 anymore. Not even at McDonald's. I checked.
no.
But yeah. So patreon.com/TickTampon. Anyway, we watched a movie this week and it was Mark's pick. So Mark, why don't you tell us what movie you decided to make us watch while you were having fun at FanFest and didn't invite us?
Yeah, that was the whole plan. So I was cruising through Tubi and I realized
Cruising?
I went to cruising through Tubi.
Cruising through
Just looking
Tubi.
around.
Like Al Pacino.
Yeah. And I wanted us to
I
do
feel
some
like
kind of
Mark doesn't
action
know what
movie.
Cruising the movie starring Al Pacino's about.
I do not. That's
fine.
why I ignored it.
It's okay.
So I was looking through and, there's a lot of whole other stuff. I got close to trying to do the Independence Day sequel, but I was like, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long is that movie?
I didn't even look. That was
Did you
reason
say-
number one. I didn't want to even check it.
You said
because
the
I had no idea.
Independence Day sequel?
Yeah,
Yes.
I
okay.
had no idea that the first one was 2.5 hours apparently, and I somehow watched that as a kid constantly. But yeah. So and then I came across a bunch of Stone Cold Steve Austin movies. And this one had the description, a couple that we've seen, The Condemned, I think, and a couple of were on there. But then this one had the best tagline, and I just saw it was Stone Cold, and the description was an ex-con battles it out to pay for an operation that would save the daughter of his victim. And I'm like, okay, that should have some fun things in it, and Stone Cold can sometimes be a little over the top in the acting. And so I was like, yeah, let's give this a shot. And then I was surprised when in the credits, the name Walton Goggins popped up on here. And then followed by one of the Supergirls, Lara Van Voort, showed up as well. And I was like, oh, maybe this movie isn't going to be as ridiculous and bad as I was kind of hoping it would be, with some kind of competent actors in it. So yeah, I just thought we'd try out a Stone Cold movie. We haven't done one in a bit, and yeah, that was the whole reason behind the choice. And it was fine. I would love to hear you guys' opinion.
Oh, Damage from 2009 is directed by Jeff King. It stars Stone Cold Steve Austin, Walton Goggins, Laura Vandervoort, Donnelly Rhodes, Joe Costa, Linda Boyd, Scott McNeil, and Clifton McCabe Murray. IMDb score of 5.7, Rotten Tomato score 45% audience. Budget $4 million. Plot: Steve Austin and his bad knees sleepwalk through a movie about underground street fights to help fund a heart transplant for the daughter of the guy that he went to prison for killing. But he's also fighting so he could help pay off Walton Goggins' debts to a gangster who is only in debt because he bought Laura Vandervoort from that same gangster. Nobody has any money. Steve Austin gets paid very little for every fight, and at one point he nearly drowns in motor oil. Dan, where are you coming from with Damage?
I have never heard of this movie, never saw it, first time seeing. And growing up, I think all of us were big Stone Cold Steve Austin fans. I know I was.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he single-handedly brought me back into wrestling. I was kind of on my way out. Stone Cold came through, crushed it. His persona, fantastic. He is not a leading man, and it shows. I hope he doesn't hear this because I don't need him to come kill me. But what he's doing,
his cats.
I was just gonna say what he's doing now is the perfect life to lead. He's on his ranch with his cats, his chicken, his ATVs. He's got his beer. This dude, he figured it out. And I truly wish he could have been had a bigger impact in film. But he was not a leading man. He would have been better off in bit roles or just small parts in general. This movie, I think you put it perfectly, and he sleepwalks his way through this, and it doesn't help that Walton Goggins is in this movie, just acting circles around everybody else in the film. And this came out in 2009, before things picked up for him. I was looking through his IMDb. He does Predators in 2010, which is an underrated Predator. I think it's different, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then he's in Lincoln. He's in Django. He does a little bit here and there, and then obviously things started to pick up in more recent times for him. But he's not really doing a lot at this point.
When was Justified on?
I think it was early to mid 2000s. Justified. So I want to say like 2006.
He was on there 2010 to 2015.
Oh, there you go. Okay, 2010, 2015. So yeah, things start to pick up after 2009 for him, I guess. But you could see the talent there, at least in this movie. And I was surprised to see him, but then as I was looking through the IMDb, I figured, oh, okay, he needed a gig. I get it. But he's very good in this movie. He's very believable. The fight scenes are brutally bad, so bad. I think I know wrestlers, when they get into movies, they steer clear of their gimmick or their like wrestling moves, right? You never see The Rock doing the people's elbow or a rock bottom on anybody. No. You never see Dave Bautista. I mean, he's a much better actor, obviously, but you never see him doing any power bombs. Or Hulk Hogan never dropped the leg. But I think that's such a letdown. Stone Cold should have done one of his signature moves in this movie. It's the perfect movie to have him do, like what was it when he flies off the rope?
The Luthez press.
Yeah, or he does like the pinpoint elbow. Not saying he needs to do a Stone Cold Stunner necessarily, but do something. You know, you're in cage fights, you're in street fights here. Pull a little something out, make it a little interesting. The storyline of the girl that needs the heart transplant is shown immediately in the beginning of the movie, and then it disappears throughout. They kind of touch base on it here and there, but for something this important to a film, like this is high stakes, right? A kid needs a heart. This is John Q, essentially.
Yeah.
And they barely talk about it until maybe 2/3 of the way of the movie. Then it starts to pick up a little bit of steam. So I kind of thought I don't know why they included it. Maybe they needed something to drive him to be a fighter. I don't think it's necessary, but whatever. Yeah, I don't know. It's not a bad movie. It looks okay. No. Go ahead, Mark.
I was going to say they spend more time on the what's his name, Walton Goggins character.
Yes.
And Frankie, Laura Vandervoort's character. Their story line.
I was thinking
more
to
than
myself,
the kids.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, why not have it be where like Walton Goggins is his brother, and he's in deep with the loan sharks. Like they show him gambling, or he's playing cards. So I kind of thought it was going to be almost like a Rounders movie, maybe. Like he's getting out of jail. He hooks up with Walton Goggins, he's like a card shark almost, and they're gonna run the table. But like obviously Stone Cold isn't a card shark; he's a fighter. So like, all right, well there goes that. But yeah, I don't think you needed the little girl angle. The last thing that I saw, well, two things. I give this movie a lot of credit because it's the first movie I've ever seen that utilizes a nail gun accurately, where like in big budget movies, if there's a nail gun, it's almost as if they use it as an actual firearm where they just point and shoot and nails come out of it.
Yeah.
You have to put pressure on the nozzle to fire the nail. So I give this movie credit because in one of the fights, Stone Cold, he takes the nail gun, puts it up against the fighter's leg, and fires a nail into it. So I was like, all right, I give it credit for that. I give it a star. And I think, did this movie have a sponsorship from a protein powder? Because they make sure to highlight, they make sure that every scene that it possible, there's a bottle of protein powder that Stone Cold Steve Austin has. So I did some research. I couldn't find it, but maybe they did. I don't know. So that's what I took away from that.
Mark?
Yeah, so obviously, like everyone else, I had not seen this movie. I would have known Walton Goggins was in it. But that's 100% my major takeaway from this is it's one of those movies when you watch, probably if you even would have watched it then, looking back on it, you see it even more clear, like how much better of an actor he was than everyone else in the movie. You know, Laura tries, she gets there, she's got a little bit of talent, but she probably does better being a little more in a comedic role than this. You know, that's how she was as Kara on Smallville. But you know, he's just so good in you know every scene that he is in. The problem with Stone Cold is I think he got a note that this guy is like remorseful and you know just as reluctantly a tough guy, you know, after being in prison, and I think he played it way too dull. Instead of being intimidating, he was dull. And I think he just took that note wrong. And even at times he got a little out of character in the fights where, you know, if he's this guy that's like regretted needing to kill this guy, that he did, which they dropped that it was self-defense out of nowhere at the very end of the movie. He shouldn't be like smirking like during the most brutal parts of the battle, you know. And I don't know if that was a little bit of the Stone Cold persona coming through while doing fight choreography or whatever at that moment. But I like that Dan said that you know, he's looking for a lot of moves for him to do. I mean, the Fez press he could have done. He could have ran and jumped on him and punched him on the ground. That's something he could have done. But maybe he's trying to distance himself from that. But it was, and I guess it's hard to retrain a person, but his exchanges with the fist looked exactly like a WWE match. The stances, the looking like he's stomping when he's hitting. You know, he did all the choreography that you would do in a ring to sell stuff, which is not entirely needed in movie fight choreography, because they'll do a lot of the stuff in post to make it look, you know, more realistic. So that was pretty fun to watch. Like I could see, oh, this is when he's, you know, he does that exchange where he's sort of hunched over and throwing the fist. He had the exchange. But the movie wise itself, just talking, I like Dan's idea that if they would have made the Walton Goggins character somehow related to Austin's character, it makes the movie better because it gives them a reason to even care, you know, to go into this fight, because maybe they did such a terrible job with the little girl thing that as a watcher, you're not convinced that he would go and do this for that little girl, you know. And that might just come down to Steve Austin's acting. But if you would have made it that, you know, that his brother's in trouble, he knows what his brother does, and it's sort of like a, you know, two birds with one stone thing. He gets to help his brother, and he also get this money for this girl, you know, sort of, you know, making it a little more emotional for him. I think one of its major problems, and it's not, you know, it's a action movie from 2009. It probably went either straight to video or didn't have much success in theaters. A lot of the things were way like not too subtle. Like when they reveal after the wife of the guy he murdered, who's the one who helped get him out of jail, you know, slits her wrist, and yet they have to run him out. Then they show in the hospital. You know, they just do the camera cut to show Laura Vandervoort's character has scars on her wrist. You know, and you know, the entire movie you realize thinking back that she's had long sleeves on or a jacket for every single scene up to that point. So yeah, it seems like they had, like, I can imagine brainstorming this with somebody if it was multiple writers, or even if the guy was just brainstorming on a computer, where you can get a lot of the good ideas or good separate ideas, but it doesn't really work together. Like, if it would have been, you know, just him trying to find the money for the kid because he knows how to get this money, he doesn't want to go back. He doesn't get pulled back into the game, in this fighting ring. Like, he has history in the fighting ring, but he has to get money for the kid. That's one good storyline. Maybe an average movie, but it works. Or just working Walton Goggins' character as his brother, and he's helping those two going through this, and it ends with him helping, and then throwing in all the mob connections, all these separate mobs or whatever, and somehow nobody knows any of this is going on in whatever town they're in. All these people walking around like, I guess, Fight Club-esque, with bruises all over their faces. And yeah, the final thing is the only fun thing in the fights for me was they did a good job at least switching up the locations of the fights and making them all feel a little different, rather than just having all 9 fights or whatever he has inside that cage from the beginning, and then that's it. That's all you see. Putting it in that warehouse outside the boat, that cage that you knew obviously was going to break in the final fight. Just having different scenes for the fighting made it a little more engaging. But like I said, it's one of these fine movies, and Stone Cold made a lot of these trying to be a leading man after he left WWE. And even when he was, in WWE for WWE films. Yeah, it's a fine movie. You don't have to see it, but if you are curious about it, it's not 100% a waste of your time. Because there is, there's Walton Goggins for a good 90 minutes acting his ass off in this movie too.
As for me, this is a movie about him trying to get money for a girl's heart transplant. Once again, a movie that can only be made in America with our healthcare system.
Hell yeah.
For an underground fighting ring that isn't supposed to be a fight to the death, they sure as hell aren't trying that hard not to kill each other. So a dude tries to stab him with like a rusty piece of a car or something in one of the fights.
He also tries to push his eye through the broken glass of the one car.
Yeah. Try to strangle him with some chains. Yeah. So it is a surprise that this isn't death fights. But I have here Steve Austin delivers his lines like he thought it was a rehearsal take.
Yes.
Every single line is just like there's no emotion to it, and it's almost like he's just running through it. Like he's trying to get to the end of his line as fast as he can.
Yeah.
Which is incredible because he has good mic skills. He always had.
It is interesting when these guys are so good on the mic and it just doesn't translate. He has, we talk about negative charisma on this podcast a lot.
Yeah.
In this film, he has negative charisma.
Yeah.
I think compared to I haven't seen it in decades, but I feel like his performance in The Longest Yard is going to be his closest to an Oscar he's gonna get.
Yeah, that's right. He's even better than Condemned or whatever that was.
Right, racist prison guard is his wheelhouse apparently. Obviously, this is the first time I'm watching a movie. You guys are being more kind to this movie than I would be. I thought this was dull. I will give it points. I do like that all the fights had their own gimmick to it. It kind of felt like we were watching secondary PLEs. This one's the dog fight. This one's on a shipping container for some reason. Yeah. This one is in a pool, an empty pool. Then the final one, we're standing on a cage that is also above an auto body shop.
I guess.
And then that guy tries to kill him by dropping those huge cement cylinders on him. Like the ones that cause the 50 car pileup in Toy Story 2. You guys haven't watched that in 20 years. My son loves Toy Story 2, so I know what I'm talking about.
We believe you.
Trust me. Yeah, he is bad. And I think Walton Goggins is fine, but I don't think you need to watch this movie to witness his performance in any way, shape, or form. he's yes, he is a class above the rest of the people in this film because there's nobody else. It's the three leads, and then everybody is who knows? They could be just off the boat Russians because most of them don't talk.
I was hoping they were former wrestlers, but they all are.
I was going to ask you because I didn't
see
I didn't
any.
recognize anybody that would have been a wrestler, so I wasn't sure if there was like, oh, that guy was in the Indies.
Yeah, no, when I saw Underground Fighting Ring in the title, that was kind of my hope in the back of my head that like some random guys would just pop up or wrestlers like that were just starting out. You'd be like,
Right.
oh shit, that's
Tyler Black,
that's Hobbs or whatever was he, Royce Keys or whatever now.
Hobbs or Shaw.
Yeah, Hobbs and Shaw. It was Jason Statham shows up in this movie.
That'd be good.
According to IMDb, they were real fighters.
Yeah, they could have been like MMA guys. I know nothing about MMA.
Yeah, or just
They're
like
the ones that do the
street
dog
fighters.
fights. Yeah, just ne'er-do-wells that just fight for their next meal.
This guy's fighting for a sandwich.
Yeah, the economy of this film makes no sense to me. You have there's got to be a better way to raise $250,000.
And they do it so slowly.
He's got to do so. He's covering the cost of 2 debts, right?
Yeah.
He's got a heart transplant that's costing $250,000, and Walton Goggins in debt to the mob for $150,000. He's got to fight $400,000 worth. That's insane.
And
that's a lot of fucking fights, and he's not blocking punches. We've seen what happens to Rocky over 5 movies.
It's very Homer-ish.
Yeah.
That's what I kept thinking. I was like, this is basically Homer in the episode where he's told not to fight back. It's just, let them tire themselves out beating the shit out of you.
Every single fight is he's on his back foot at the beginning of it. And he's blocking punches with his face.
But I think the
it's
first
unsustainable.
Right. And there is no rest between fights because from fight to fight he has the new bruises and gashes on his face. So it's like, all right, he goes from one fight and then the next day he fights again.
Yeah, it's like one day down, maybe.
Yeah,
right.
He has the bruise on his knuckles from when he punched that guy's teeth out. That got lodged in his fist for like the whole movie.
He has the gash on his arm
from the bite.
Yep.
Same
and
fight.
then he has the gash above his eyebrow.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just constantly fighting. And these people are fresh that he's fighting, not a scratch on him.
Yeah.
Speaking of the fighters, I did have a good laugh with the guy that passed out, the one he replaced. And then when they came back, he looked at him and was like, "Did I win?"
Yeah.
I was like, "That's pretty good." That was pretty
good. The first fight?
Yeah, the first fight when they're having that one guy and that guy passes out before the fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that guy. That made me laugh. That was good.
One thing that this movie is missing is a villain.
Yeah. The villain is the American healthcare system, man.
Right, yeah. Because there's
Oh, go ahead, Anna.
I was just gonna say there's no heavy not that this movie would cast a Jason Statham because he's too big of a star, but like another guy. This is the mountaintop, right?
Right.
This is the guy you got to beat, and they do have that character, but there's no buildup of that character.
Yeah, he's not.
We see him early, and then we don't see him until the end of the film.
Yeah, they build up the 2 Hispanic guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
He gets into the one fight. He's like, "Oh, just be glad you're not fighting this guy because he's one bad Chicano." Like, all right, so he's obviously going to be the main bad guy, but no, he fights that guy, and there's still 35 minutes left in the movie.
Yeah, we needed somebody. We needed somebody.
Yeah, we needed that guy that he fights at the end to have just been going around killing people in the fights.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
And
you need that montage.
Yeah.
You need Zeus. You need your Zeus.
You need the Zeus. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it needs to be that fight needs to be like life or death for.
Mm-hmm.
For
there's this fight. The one rule. There are no rules. Something like that.
And they say something like that in the last fight, like, "Oh, there's no time limit here." There's never been a time limit on any of the fights we saw.
The time limit has not come up once if there was a rule.
No, wait a minute. What makes this so special?
Yeah. The montage, there's the overhead shots of him punching. I was like, man, it doesn't seem like he could really move anymore. Seemed like the fight was happening around Steve Austin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he had retired by then, right? He's well retired.
Yes.
So
he's got the knees, he's got the neck.
the neck. Yeah, it's a shame. I think he works better as a background guy, Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Not you can't have him carrying your movie with actual lines of dialogue,
Mm-hmm.
because like you say, he's very wooden in this at the very least.
Yeah, it just every line delivery felt like, oh, that's the first take.
Yeah.
You want to go again, Steve? No, we're good.
No, I'm good.
Yeah. It just I think Ann had the best description of it, where it felt like he wanted to get out of every scene as quickly as possible.
Yeah,
And that's how he was delivering the lines.
Mhm.
this is a
Because-
payday.
Yeah. It felt like, I think it's a mixture of everything we said about his acting in this. Because I still come back to the fact that I think he got a note on how this character was supposed to be, and he just didn't know how to emote that.
Sure.
So he
It's
just
definitely possible.
he just made it dull instead of whatever they wanted him to do with it, and like never be like, was he really ever snarky at any point? There might have been a couple lines, but
He's
you
got
know.
some like one-liners during the fights, but that's
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's trying to be the strong silent type, right? The Gary Cooper.
Yes.
And I think it would have
Walton
been,
Goggins is the mouth. He's the fist.
yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. But it does not work here. And then I think Laura Vandervoort, she's fine.
Yeah.
She doesn't do anything special. She's kind of playing like a Taryn Manning. Taryn Manning would have been better in that role.
Yes.
Um
100%.
That's like the roles that built for her. And here she's just she's fine. I mean, and she
I
hasn't
wonder
really done much that I've ever seen her in. So I knew she was Supergirl on Smallville. Were you a Smallville fan, Mark? I feel like you were.
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
She was also on a Canadian TV show that I used to.
Is it Degrassi?
No, it came on after the
Was it Heartland? Those are the only two Canadian shows I know.
No, it's I'll find it because I'm looking up to see when she was in Smallville. So yeah, she would have been in the middle of being Supergirl here. She was started in 2007. It was over in 2011.
Wow.
Yeah. So Instant Star is the show I was on.
Instant Star.
It was a girl about a show about a girl that wins a singing contest like American Idol, and it has the girl from Are You Afraid of the Dark? I think Alex Johnson is the lead. But yeah, anyway, enough about weird Canadian shows. But yeah, I think the reason she's chosen for this over maybe someone like or not even chosen, like they may have wanted Taryn Manning and she just said no to the script. But I feel like
so in demand in 2010.
I'm just saying, like, I can't make it seem like this production like had its choice of actresses, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Like that they could
No
turn
one's-
people down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I feel like they were like, all right, it's a name, you know. And he was on The Shield, Walton Goggins,
okay.
before this.
I didn't realize
he's a little bit
Justified
of a
was
name.
so late. I thought
Yeah.
Justified was a mid 2000s.
Yeah,
But
so
Feels
and
like
this-
it would be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the studio probably was like, all right, here's these two people from TV. You know, they got a little bit of a name to them. You know, Stone Cold has a
We
name.
got Downtown from Major League back to the minors.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how real ones know him.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was a script that even, you know, I don't know if you even give this to higher level actor if they could save it and make it, you know,
They
anything
could.
because
They
I
absolutely
think
could.
no. Well, yes, in the most technical sense, yes, a better actor could make this. But
It's a limb that we're willing to go out on.
yeah, my point was being that the material wasn't enough that they couldn't turn it into like a classic movie. You know, it wasn't focused enough for it to be, you know.
This movie was not made to be a classic.
No, yeah, obviously, but that was
Yeah,
my
no
point
one
by-
involved in this went in thinking I'm gonna make a banger.
It feels like everyone, maybe even Walton Goggins. I was going to say everyone.
I can't even say everyone on this film had fun.
Yeah, I was going to say everybody saw it as a paycheck. For the most
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
Yeah, it
Something
doesn't
to
seem
do
like
in between
anybody's
roles.
really doesn't really seem like anybody's having fun on this movie.
No, I think this was just show up, get paid, and go to the next thing.
Yeah.
Even the what's it called? Even the one actor to play Deacon. I feel like the scene when he was drunk. Damn it, IMDb.
Mark, what is happening over there?
I'm trying to get back to find the name of the guy that played Donnelly Rose, and it kept playing an audio video on IMDb. Yeah, felt like that one scene when he's drunk. I felt like he might have been really drunk in that.
Was that
in
when
that
they were
scene.
talking about the parables?
Yeah, at the his final scene when Stone Cold goes to him before the final fight.
Yeah,
I felt like that wasn't acting. I think
Trying
that
to
man might have been
give-
forgetting his lines a little bit too.
trying to give Stone Cold's character some sort of development.
And I don't even know if that parable works for this movie.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Every time they started talking about it, I started to tune out. Which I feel like, which is kind of in line because I feel like Stone Cold's character was also just tuning it out.
He's like,
Did he
that
say
story you told me. Can you tell it again? Because I wasn't listening the first time.
Exactly.
Yeah, the guy, the deacon, right? He said, like, have you ever heard of this a parable, like in the Bible? Yeah, man, that's what that is. That's what a parable is. It's from the Bible.
I'm looking up this Jeff King, the director of TV. An episode of The Black Donnellys. I feel like that's a Mark show as well.
I love the pilot of the Black Dog.
There you go.
There you go.
That's the famous while you're looking up other things pilot where was it Paul Haggis? Is that the Crash guy?
Yes.
He directed the original pilot that they shopped around to like HBO and Showtime for that, and then none of them bought it. So then they shipped it. They sent it to NBC, I believe.
I think this was an NBC show. Yeah.
And they had him reshoot the pilot to tone it down from what he originally. And apparently, that original pilot is much better than the TV, the one that ended up on NBC. Even though I love the end of that pilot, but the rest of the show is shit out. Though it's one of the classic examples of you spend so much time writing a pilot and getting everything perfect that you don't know what to do after it.
Well, he directed an episode of that.
Yeah.
Wasn't
many.
All right.
There were dozens of him.
I think that's time for final thoughts. Dan.
So, final thoughts for this. It's fine. And Mark's right. It's fine. It's harmless. It's a decent. It's way too long. I'll say it shouldn't be an hour and 47 minutes. It should be a tight hour and a half. It looks okay. It's shot well. It's shot in focus. Lit well. Dialogue leaves something to be desired. Walton Goggins is fun to see. You kind of see his progression as an actor, just kind of doing his thing, acting circles around everyone else. Yeah, the story is a little aimless. They had an idea, they just didn't know how to tie it all together. There's not much meat to pick off this bone, I think. It's fine. That's the best way to put it. I wish Stone Cold would have done more. I wish he could have done a little better. That's kind of it. Yeah. But if you like Stone Cold, watch it. If you like Walton Goggins, watch it. But other than that, there's really nothing to stick around.
Okay, Mark.
Yeah. So yeah, same thing. It's a perfectly fine movie in my. I think this movie could have been helped a little bit if Stone Cold did a better job in terms of understanding the character he was supposed to be playing. And it might have made it slightly better, but I don't think there was enough here. It was a little bit of a mess of a plot. And sometimes it seems like things just happened to happen in it as well. I wish they would have done a little more, as Ann said, a little more villainy in it, like have somebody that he's chasing rather than just the overall plot of needing money would have helped a little bit. I think Walton Goggins is really good in it. You can tell he's trying to do the best he could with the material he's given. But yeah, overall, it's it's a movie that probably sounded a lot better in the outline before they wrote an actual script to it. And, it just feels like it's something that they sort of missed the mark on trying to capitalize, on Stone Cold's popularity at the time and just couldn't do it.
Okay. As for me, yeah, I think Fine is doing a lot of work for this film. I am not looking forward to watching a Stone Cold Steve Austin movie anytime soon.
Probably
As much as I hate to say it, I do love a good Stone Cold Steve Austin. This ain't a good one. Yeah, it's, I don't know. Again, Walton Goggins is good in it, but not enough to be like, oh, let me check out this early Walton Goggins role. Because he's good in better things, and he's not revolutionary in this. There's too much going on, too much plot about girls needing hearts and also paying off Walton Goggins' debts. Both of those together is too complicated. The economy of this film doesn't make sense, as I mentioned. And yeah, it's just a dull run-of-the-mill direct-to-video film. So not enough of the stuff that makes that good. But it did get bloody sometimes, which I was surprised it went.
Really.
That's all I got. All right. I think that is it for our thoughts on Damage. Also, dull title. But get it? It's because everybody's damaged. They all have their... should be called baggage, right? They all have baggage.
Baggage.
Right.
I feel like that would be completely, like, people would be very confused.
Yeah, and the title came from the very end of the movie. It was the nickname that Walter Goggins gave Stone Cold's characters. Like, why don't we call you the Damage?
Yeah, but the name of the title, the name of the movie isn't The Damage. It's just Damage.
I know.
So I know it makes no
It
sense.
felt like it was a shoehorned in thing at the very end to justify the name of the movie.
Right. Just stupid, because like if he didn't have that line, you probably could just change the name of the movie to something better. It's like, oh, no, we're stuck.
Now we're stuck.
Stuck with that button. Now we have to name it Damage.
Yeah, they worked around that last line essentially. Like, how do we get that
work backwards? Yeah, we wrote backwards. All right, so that's going to be it for our talk on Damage. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back for a third segment. Before we do, Dan, what do you have for us?
All right, guys, go check out the Game Vault podcast, a video game podcast run by very own Mark Myers and good friend Tom Schuster. So if you are a video game enthusiast, this is a very good spot for you, as they talk about video game news, games that they're playing, stuff coming down the pipeline, and just overall fun conversation about video games. So whether you're a seasoned gamer or you're brand new to video games, this is a good spot for you. So go check them out. It's on all podcast platforms, so please make sure to rate and review. You can follow them on all socials at Game Vault Pod. They're on YouTube. Search Game Vault Podcast. And they also stream on Twitch at Game Vault Pod. So go check them out there. Give them a follow. It's a very fun community. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, great. And we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be back for a third segment. So we will be right back. And welcome back. Now it's time for our third segment, and this segment is a share the screen situation. I'm going to share my screen in just a second so these guys know what we are playing, and here we go. Can you see this?
Hey, yes.
We're playing Guess the Title of the Steve Austin movie based on the poster. This is exactly what it is, and it will be multiple choice. It will be multiple choice. So I have the bunch of movie posters that Steve Austin is the star of, and they have been the names of the movies have been blacked out, and you guys got to guess what the name of the movie is. So we're gonna do buzz in with your favorite Steve Austin catchphrase. What I wanted to do, similar idea, was guess who Steve Austin is flipping off
Oh,
in this
that's
picture,
pretty good.
but I couldn't find enough pictures of him
That's
flipping off people
surprising.
in the same. Flipping off people in the same picture. So it would have been like Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, and that was it.
Okay.
So guess the title of the Steve Austin movie based on the poster. And as I mentioned, this will be multiple choice. Here is your first poster. And your choices are, this is either a movie called Recoil, Lockup, Revenge, or Trespass. So Steve
What?
Austin with that. Dan.
Before Dan answers, you
Yes.
literally took mine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm not mad, but that's funny that we thought of the same exact one.
It's the first thing that popped into my head. Recoil.
You're correct. The answer is
Hey.
Recoil. Steve Austin and Danny Trejo and Serinda Swan, whoever that is.
I liked your C answer for those of you, since this is an audio medium. He left the tagline, they each have a score to settle, which could lead you to answer C, Revenge.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't even notice that. So I'm glad I did.
All right, Dan's got a point. Here's the next one. We either have The Mercenary, Deadly Strike, Tactical Force, or Badge of Honor. Starring Michael Jai White,
That's
too.
the bottom line.
I like how you said it like he was a game show host.
Like Michael Buffer.
Mark.
A Deadly Strike.
That's incorrect.
What?
Dan.
Tactical Force.
It is Tactical
Damn,
Force.
Dan.
You don't have his IMDb pulled up, do you?
I don't. I promise. I swear.
You're not like
This
that
time
girl on
I
that
did
one-
see the tagline. So this drill just got real. So I figured, it's either
Got
the
it.
Mercenary or Tactical Force.
Sure.
So you're like that. You're not like that girl on the that British song show where she had Shazam on in her
Oh no,
lap on her phone.
guys! I have a confession. I've seen all the Stone Cold Steve Austin movies.
It's just like the realization Ant would have when he found out that he's seen just about every Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
Maybe.
All right, here's your next one. It's Hands of Stone, Fight Night, Heavyweight, or Knockout.
That's the bottom line. I believe this
Mark?
is Knockout. Knockout?
Yes, it is. I wasn't
Hey.
sure for a second. I forgot.
I've actually seen. Yeah, this one I've actually seen this poster.
I forgot.
I was like,
It's very
I thought it was-
generic.
Yeah, I was like, oh, maybe it's Heavyweight. I can't even remember the fake names I made up.
That's just how good they are.
Yeah. Hands of Stone is better than Knockout.
And so is his actual movie. I think
Okay.
I think Miles Teller is in it. I'm gonna say.
Okay.
And some movies I pulled from the vast collection of Nicolas Cage direct-to-video action movies.
Hey, that's pretty good.
That's a pretty good pull.
So 2-1. Next one is it The Drop Off, The Package, The Cleaner, or The Deuce?
What?
Dan.
The Package.
It is The
Hey,
Package.
nice.
That's a hell of a team.
That is-
Steve
yeah,
Austin and
would've
Dolph
been a better
Lundgren.
I
Alright.
wonder if in this movie, Stone Cold actually asked Dolph Lundgren, "What? Can't understand what you're saying."
All right, the next one was it A Deadly Game, Pay the Ghost, A Marked Man, Hunt to Kill.
And that's the bottom line.
Mark.
Hunt to Kill.
Correct. It's Hunt
Wow, very good. Survival of
is,
the baddest.
to Kill. 3-2. There are 8 total, I believe.
Okay,
So 3 more.
it's anyone's
The
game.
next one. Mm-hmm. This is The Stranger, Reloaded, The Bounty, or Shoot First.
And that's
What?
the bottom line.
I'm gonna give that to Mark on this one.
The Bounty.
That's incorrect.
I'm gonna go shoot first.
That's incorrect. The answer is The Stranger.
He's not
His
sitting
past
in
was
his hand.
taken, his vengeance is fueled.
I can't believe
Alright.
he's been in so many movies. This is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, and only some of these were on.
Yeah.
On Tubi.
All right, still 3-2. Next one is Steven Seagal and Steve Austin in Deadly
no.
Aim, Maximum Conviction, Trained to Kill, or Kill Chain.
What?
Dan
Train to Kill.
is incorrect.
And that's the bottom line.
Mark.
Deadly Aim.
It's incorrect.
Oh,
The answer is Maximum Conviction.
what a
I'm
terrible
glad.
name.
I'm glad you took the tagline out of this one.
Yes. Kill Chain is a Nicolas Cage direct video movie.
Damn, that's so much better.
All right, I think this is the last one. We have Michael Jai White again. Steve Austin
Michael Jai
in
White.
Chain of Command, Dying of the Light, Thrill Kill, or A Bullet for the General.
What?
Dan.
Oh no, I don't know. Chain of Command.
You're right, it's Chain of Command.
Oh, boom. It was between that or Dying of the Light.
Dying of the Light is another Nicolas Cage
Nicolas
direct
Cage
video.
Oh, so
A Bullet
good.
for the General is a spaghetti western.
I like that he showed up twice with Michael Jai White.
Mm-hmm. And that's it. Dan takes it. Good
That's
job,
pretty good.
guys.
That was really
Those are
fun.
pretty good.
4-2, not bad.
Not
Is
bad.
it
Yeah,
only
that
missed
was
two?
close. I was getting real nervous. I was sweating a little bit.
I'd only seen one of those, the knockout one. I had
Okay.
seen that post.
Yeah, I wasn't sure when you said that you saw like a few on Tubi. I was like, I think Mark might be pretty good at this one.
No.
Would you guys
I
do
don't
good?
remember any of them.
They are all such generic names of movies.
The ones that you had, like the Nicolas Cage ones in general, were so much better.
Yeah, I think there was one in the first one too that Trespass was a
That was
Nicolas
on there.
Cage one.
It's pretty interesting. He co-stars with some interesting people,
Yeah.
like Danny
Yeah, he's got
Trejo,
Danny
Dolph
Trejo,
Lundgren,
Michael Jai White
Michael Jai White.
twice,
Yeah, Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal.
Walton Goggins.
Yeah, Walton Goggins. Yeah,
I feel like if you dip your toe into the direct-to-video action movies, the rite of passage is to do a Steven Seagal movie, right?
yeah. That's the zenith, I think.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, Trespass is on Tubi, so I did see it.
Yeah, there you go.
I thought I saw that one, but I avoid Nick Cage movies unless if I absolutely sure they'll.
I feel like I've seen Trespass, and
Trespass is terrible. It's the one with Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman too.
It's actually awful.
Yeah. Well, thank you for playing my game of guess the title of the Steve Austin movie based on the poster.
There.
It's a
Thank you
working
for
title.
making it.
It was working title.
It's pretty good. It rolls off the tongue.
All right. And that's our episode, ladies and gentlemen. You can check us out on all our socials, Blue Sky, Threads, and Instagram at TickTamPod. They Call Us Movie on TikTok. We're also available on YouTube. And if you want to shoot us an email, just hit us up at ticktampod@gmail.com. But the place to really get a hold of us, the place where it's going down, is on that Discord. And how you get on that Discord is you go to patreon.com/ticktampod. That's TCTAM pod. And you subscribe for just $1. Exclusive episodes, polls to help us decide our movies of the month, and just general chat about movies, video games, TV, and just about anything that we want. Just check that out. Help us decide some stuff and just be a part of a fun community. Again, that's patreon.com/ticktampod. All right, we're going to get out of here. That was Damage. The director of Damage was Jeff King. So, for Danica Lino and Mark Myers, this is Anthony DeVecchia telling Jeff King, well, you certainly made a movie, didn't you?